Okay, let's talk about the latest news within the crypto community. Okay, the latest news. What are the latest news? The latest news is not a very good one that is coming from the crypto community. The first one, it says Bitcoin is being used for fraud. Bitcoin being used for fraud. So some IC investigators, they've gone through this stuff and they've seen that there were some certain cases they actually investigated and they said Bitcoin was used for fraud, which is very true. Considering the system, the anonymity that it is, you could hide your identity and actually do whatever you need to do. It's not a very good one. Bitcoin came in, the original intention of Satoshi was not for fraud, but it's always true. Even though the government come in or any other system, it's always true with men to actually mess things up. So it's not a very good one. Then the other thing I want us to talk about is the Bitcoin. The flaws Bitcoin has is I think there are few, but Bitcoin has its own properties, but there are very few. But I will say people should not be exploiting the flaws of Bitcoin. Now let's talk about how truly decentralized are the our cryptocurrencies. I think cryptocurrencies to a large extent are not decentralized. Though you may have wallets, though you may have some other things, but when it comes to the issue of no matter how you do your stuffs, when you have these exchanges, and not only these exchanges, then you now have the exchanges that you can actually, like Coinbase and the rest of them. With the issue of Coinbase and some other stuff, I think their Bitcoin is not yet, and the rest cryptocurrencies are not yet decentralized, because you are having an operating system. Let's say you are using Android or iOS, and these operating systems are, first, they are very weak. So when we have the point where the blockchain now have its own operating system, and then we now have everything that has to do with blockchain not building on other systems, then we will know that these systems are not decentralized. So for now, with government regulations cracking down on Coinbase, and you now hear Bitfinex talking about withdrawal issues and the rest of them, I think some of the times, some of these exchanges, they do some manipulations. And that is why some projects, I think WCES and Spectre and some other projects are coming to the system to actually help with exchanges. Combihood just launched the ICO and they are doing something similar. And then the next news is John Mcafee. He's now raising his prediction, and he's now saying that Bitcoin is going to go to, I think, $500. And he says if Bitcoin does not go to $500, he's going to do the undoable. That is not a very good one. Let's see if this prediction comes to pass. The other news is that the Bank of Canada is actually considering issuing their own cryptocurrency. Well, they may not adopt Bitcoin, but if they can actually adopt the blockchain technology, that would be a very good one. Then the other news they are saying is ICO. The large portion of ICO funds are going to Europe. They've been able to raise, I think, close to $4 billion this year alone with ICOs. And they say a large portion of this money is going to ICOs. So that's a very good. Is going to Europe. So that's a very good one from the crypto community. And then let's talk about the ICO scams and opportunities. Now, with the government cracking down on exchanges, then regulating who is to buy ICO, who can buy ICOs, and who can conduct ICOs, and the rest of them, ICOs have a very good potential. If you've been in the ICO space, you'll discover that ICO is like the early bird gets the worm. When you get into ICOs, imagine entering into an ICO at 50 cents, and then that coin is now selling for, let's say, $50 within a very short period of time. That is a lot of profit, right? So, like I discuss on my platform, I talk about three ICOs that are actually going on. The first one is the guys like the Naga and Serial Labs. Those are guys who have been doing business before, and they're not coming to the blockchain and say, okay, we want to scale up the business, since blockchain is an avenue we can actually get funds from a lot of people instead of going to these institutions to get funds. So that is that for now. Then you now have another platform of people who just have a genuine idea, like Combihood, Envio, and some other. No, Envio is falls into the first category. Sorry about that. Then people will just come up and say they have an idea, and we look at the white paper and they say, okay, this idea is very good. Let's invest our money, right? That is the second category. And then the third category, which is a little bit controversial, is ICOs of lending platforms. Now, the first one that actually launched was Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been subject to a lot of controversy, right? But we're not going to talk about the controversy in this video. Many of them have followed the pattern and the model of Bitcoin. Like you see Rego Coin, you see It's Connect, you see BitSeria, Poly AI. They just keep popping up and up. Now, the chances that these things are going to actually come to pass, they are, if I'm to give them a pass mark, are like 50-50 or 80, depending on, but I see it as 50-50. Investing in them, you could lose your investment. At the same time, you could get like times 50 times 30 within your investment within a couple of days. So guys, these are the three ICOs platforms. So you see, anything could happen. But like having the issue of Confido did not fall into a lending platform, but Confido was a system that actually came in and they said they want to help with escrow activities and the rest of them. But at the end of the day, they ended scamming up people. And not only Confido, there are many coins that have been delisted from CoinMarketCap. They were not in the lending platforms. So the things are actually evolving over time, and with things going on, anybody can actually bring up a white paper now and says people should fund him, and after getting these funds, runs away with people money, and that is the end. So I don't want that. Why I take my time to actually study these things and actually bring the best review to you is, first, you have a platform which is called the internet that the blockchain is trying to work with, right? And you already know about the internet that a person can register a domain name for any period of time they want, 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, and any period of time they want, right? And you already know, if you know a little thing about the web design or how to move files to the web and the rest of them, you already know that to design a website, you just have to write some certain articles. Let's say you want to write a blog, you write a blog with your Microsoft Word, and just that you can't just display it like that on the web page. You now require some certain codes or tags to actually you modify and make it look readable on the web page, right? So you can actually do that in certain editors like HTML editors and the rest of them, and upload that file to the server. But since someone was the one who set up the website, the person can decide to take down the files, right? So you are logging into the website, it tells you offline. Though you check who is on the website and discover the website is still registered, it's still functional, but it's been taken off. So that is the flaw that is there. You have the internet there. Anybody can put up a website and take it down anytime. And then you now have the flow of cryptocurrencies. After someone might have taken down the website and you can actually access the website. Okay, if it were to be banks, bank can actually have some links with the scammer's bank and say, okay, this is the scammer and let's trace him. But with cryptocurrencies, there is something you could do. The only thing you can see about cryptocurrency is that you can only see money moving, but you don't know who the money was moving to. So it's a very, very bad one. We'll talk about that in a much later video. Okay, then let's talk about the next news that is going on. That New York State University is teaching to teach a course on cryptocurrencies. So guys, that is all I have for you now. Thanks and bye.